Welcome. Thank you for taking the time to attend the County Republican Party meeting. These meetings are truly vital to the mission of our Conservative Party. You are valuable to the process. Precinct representatives, captains, and other volunteers at the county level are the foundation of a healthy republic. Every other political apparatus in America sits on our shoulders. If you feel a bit out of place, or you do not totally understand the whole political space, then please keep coming and dig in with us. Each of us has a lot to learn, so don't be too hard on yourself and never hesitate to ask if you don't understand our vocabulary, procedures, or anything else. We are here to ensure that we continue to live free, safe, and peaceful lives. We believe that is most likely to be possible in a conservative America. The beauty in our great American Republic is in our differences. We are never all going to agree on everything, and that ends up causing some conflict. I realize that even the word conflict makes some of you uneasy. You can even name the people that you feel are the center of all the conflict. So I want you to consider something. If we were in a communist, socialist, or fascist dictatorship, would we have political conflict? We wouldn't, because in dictatorships, the voice of only one person matters. Now, I want you to think about that in our situation where we are constitutionally protected by our First Amendment and able to speak freely about the things that we think and believe. You see, the freedom causes conflict, so we need the political process to provide a platform for us to respectfully disagree. Sometimes things don't go our way. That's okay. There's always an opportunity to come back and revisit things, especially if we find out that they just don't work. So don't let it bother you if at times you feel like a fish out of water. And do your best to not let disagreements rattle you, because your voice, ideas, and passion matter. Together we are moving forward even if it is indirect. One quick note is that we use a rather unusual but effective method of communicating in our meetings. It's called Robert's Rules of Order. This is designed to manage our meetings effectively and with respect for your time, even when we are discussing difficult issues. It also allows us to be as clear as possible with decisions we make together. Feel free to look up reference material on Robert's Rules of Order to learn the basics. Sometimes we need to slow the meeting down because it can get confusing quickly when motions are being made and votes are being taken. You've elected a chair and have an executive board to help slow things down to ensure everyone is not only following along, but also learning the process. Every other county across the state and across the country shares a similar burden. We are not alone. We are united around truth, freedom, sanity, and our faith in good because of our faith in God. We have 2 state legislators and 1 senator from each of the state legislative districts. These legislative districts do not align with the counties, so check out a map of the state legislative districts to gain familiarity with them. Our state legislators stand on our shoulders as they work in the state capitol during their annual sessions. Similarly, each of our federal congressmen and both of our federal senators go to Washington, D.C. to represent us, and they too stand on our shoulders. Our congressmen come from congressional districts, and each state has 2 senators. Check out a map of the congressional districts and note the differences between them and the state legislative districts. Many people see this meeting as the tip of the spear for your political involvement. That could not be farther from the truth. You've elected an executive board here to create a hospitable place where your service and the service of others can flourish. We must have an understanding that this regular meeting is our time to refuel so that we can return to our precincts to connect with as many voters as possible. Serving is an expectation for everyone here, and this meeting is our rally point as we prepare to head out into our community to evangelize conservatism. This meeting is also your opportunity to make requests of the party so that collectively we can do a better job of reaching voters in the precincts. For the precinct's representatives, you are here representing potentially hundreds of voters in your precinct. They are counting on you to represent them well and also to communicate with them about what is happening in the county, in the state, and in the country. To do this effectively, you should be recruiting a crew of captains and volunteers. And you should be meeting with that team in your precinct regularly. Our faith cannot be disconnected from this process. God has established our hierarchy, and it is mostly our faith in Him that drives us to give of ourselves, our talents, our resources, our time, our energy, and our love for one another. For all of that, we collectively say thank you for being here. And thank you for the work you are doing in your neighborhood across the county. All of the members of our school boards, city councils, health district boards, commissioners, and fire districts rely on the work we do. It is vital that we work hard to find and support candidates for all the city and county level positions in order to ensure our traditional American values are protected. The decisions that we make here have a ripple effect across this country as they broadcast out, connecting with similar decisions that every one of the more than 3,100 counties across America are making. Winning majorities nationally are important, but they're also temporary if we're not dominating locally. When we win locally, we win long-term, and we are less susceptible to the sways of national politics. Our city councils, police chiefs, commissioners, and our sheriff protect us from outside forces that may try to infringe on our God-given natural rights that are confirmed in both our federal constitution and our state constitution. Our school board members are integral to the protection of our kids, ensuring their education is focused on the vital things they may learn while also standing as a protective force when unreasonable, unconstitutional, and just plain filthy content tries to make its way into the curriculum. The teachers union, the state office of superintendent, and each of the superintendents, all of the teachers, and all the vendors must submit to the leadership and approval of our school boards. And as we've seen recently, our school boards are taking that responsibility seriously as they work to protect our kids. We have the ability and the responsibility to influence every single elected position in our county, and we should be doing just that with every ounce of energy we can amass. Every precinct should have an active representative, at least one captain, and a group of volunteers to help with various projects designed to reach and educate voters with our conservative message. Invite some people to these meetings. If we are not growing and dominating locally, then we have no long-term and lasting stability to pass on to our kids and grandkids. Let's not let the American dream falter on our watch. Bring someone with you next time. You are welcome here. I know it can feel lonely and you don't always know who to trust, but your voice is valuable enough to the process for you to be here and to be part of this team regardless. We need you. America needs you.